Have you ever wondered if artificial intelligence truly thinks, or if it's just a gigantic parrot, endlessly repeating what it's absorbed from the digital leftovers we scatter online? Today, let's pull back the curtain and reveal the reality. How a mountain of lifeless data transforms into the chat partner that writes poetry, diagnoses X-rays with superhuman accuracy, and sometimes seems to know you better than your oldest friend. If you've ever believed AI is powered by magic, prepare to be shocked, because its learning process is so straightforward. Even a child could grasp the basics. Let's start with some of the most common misconceptions. Thanks to Hollywood, many people imagine AI as a brooding Skynet. One day waking up, deciding humanity is obsolete, and taking over the world. In reality, AI never wakes up because, frankly, it never sleeps. It doesn't possess consciousness, feelings, or secret desires. Its only objective is to find the highest probability connection among the data it's been fed. To put it simply, AI doesn't understand what a cat really is. All it knows is that when it sees a million images with pointy ears and long whiskers, there's a 97% chance the label cat will show up. That's it. No hidden depth, no secret wisdom, just pure pattern recognition. But where does all this data, the fuel for AI's intelligence, come from? Picture this. Every month, 1.5 billion photos are uploaded to Instagram, while every single minute, over 500 hours of video are added to YouTube. Wikipedia alone holds around 20 gigabytes of pure text. Engineers don't need to handcraft every detail. They simply scoop up this digital junkyard, grind it into words, pixels, and numerical vectors, and prepare it for processing. Imagine AI as a chef facing a warehouse overflowing with ingredients: carrots, sausages, chocolate, and everything in between. Its job isn't to taste or savor, but to mix and match these ingredients in the way that most closely matches the recipes it's seen before. It doesn't know what tastes good. It only knows which combinations best match its training data. Now, how is this digital stew cooked into something useful? Algorithms act as the pressure cooker with three main controls. First, finding patterns, scanning the inputs, and counting how often certain features show up. Second, making predictions, assigning those patterns to labels. And third, correcting mistakes. When the label is wrong, the system tweaks the mathematical curves that define its understanding. This process repeats millions of times. The result? A trained model, a file possibly several gigabytes in size, containing hundreds of millions of parameters. When you type, "Write a resignation email," the model scans your words, calculates the most probable next word, and strings together a complete, coherent response. There's no magic here, just high school math: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, repeated very, very quickly. But let's talk about the limits of AI's reasoning. Sure, it can beat world champions at chess, but expand the board, change the rules, and it flounders. Why? Because it's never seen that scenario in its training data. Imagine a chef who's only ever made noodle soup. If you ask her to bake a cream cheese pizza, she's lost. Furthermore, AI doesn't grasp right or wrong in a moral sense. It absorbs whatever patterns are baked into its data, including human biases. For example, if 90% of CEOs in the training data are male, the AI will learn that men are more likely to be CEOs, a self-reinforcing and deeply flawed pattern. That's why tech companies now hire ethics engineers, whose job is to filter out these toxic ingredients before training begins. Let's look at real-world applications as we head into 2025. In healthcare, an AI at Bach My Hospital can analyze a heart CT scan in 30 seconds, achieving 94% accuracy, 10 times faster than the average doctor. In cybersecurity, systems like those at Viatel can block 98% of phishing attempts before you even have a chance to click. In transportation, Singapore's AI-powered traffic lights have reduced congestion by 25%. In finance, VP Bank uses AI to detect credit card fraud, saving an estimated $50 million per year. And in daily life, AI can summarize your emails, schedule your meetings, and write heartfelt apology notes that sound surprisingly sincere. All this power comes from one simple recipe: data plus algorithms. Surprised yet? If this is the first time you've realized AI is just a probability counter, you might want to share your reaction. And if you're curious about how to train your own small AI on a laptop, you're not alone. Many are eager to dive in. But you don't need to be a coder or a data scientist to raise your own AI. Let's break it down. First, collect clean data, perhaps your own emails or chat logs. Second, choose the right algorithm for the job. Don't use a rocket launcher to swat a fly. Third, always check for bias. Remove any skewed or unfair data before training begins. For example, a marketer in Da Nang trained a chatbot to answer customer queries with 87% accuracy, saving 4 hours of work every single day. It's all about gathering the right inputs, using the right tools, and making sure your data is as fair and balanced as possible. Here's the shocking truth: AI doesn't think, feel, or dream. It merely calculates probabilities across the mountain of data we collectively discard. Its true power lies in how we, humans, collect, filter, and train it on this data. Once you understand this, you'll realize there's no need to fear AI taking your job. Instead, you can wield it like a shovel, digging for gold in your own data mine. So, what's the real secret behind AI's superhuman learning ability? It boils down to a formula: data, algorithm, and endless cycles of trial and error. If this explanation has helped make AI a little less mysterious, consider sharing this with someone who's worried about robots taking over. And if you want to learn step-by-step how to train an AI to write rap lyrics with perfect Vietnamese rhythm, stay tuned. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What surprised you most about how AI learns? Leave a comment and let's keep the conversation going.